It's 10 a.m. This is a News 8 special report, and we start with a live look at a mess on the highway this morning in Westport. We are still getting walloped with this winter storm. The snow may not be falling where you are, but it is certainly falling in some spots, and the highway there is at a standstill at exit 18. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm Chris Velarde.
And I'm Kristen Casado. The snow is still falling. Plows are still going. The snowstorm has closed schools and businesses. And the governor is telling non-essential state employees on the day shift to stay home. Connecticut State Police responded to about 500 spinouts, fender benders, and stranded vehicles. 4 minor injuries were reported.
So what's happening now weather-wise? We are starting to see it break up in some spots, but it's still coming down awfully hard in other spots. Let's get out to Gil and Teresa now. Check in with them. Good morning, guys.
All right, good morning. Yeah, we have actual sunshine in some places.
You're kidding.
In southwestern Connecticut.
Yeah, right, Gil.
And other areas, blinding snow. Let's go to the radar, and I want to read off a couple of the big reports that stand out. These are official snow totals from this storm only. Newtown, 27 inches. Brookfield, 21.5. Southbury, 24. Waterbury, 13. Colchester, 18. New Milford, 22. Staffordville, 20. And I think you may get another 8 inches in Staffordville. Bristol, 20 inches. Manchester, 21. Torrington, 12.5. I personally measured 14 downtown New Haven. Lisbon, 12. So incredible amounts of snow. And look at this thing. It's not moving out yet for a good part of eastern Connecticut. Anywhere along the Connecticut River points east, we have blinding snow rates going on right now. As a matter of fact, on cue, this is our live Middletown camera. You can barely make out a couple of strong souls walking in the distance there. The flag responding to another component with this storm. That is the wind, and the wind is going to continue to increase as this storm wraps up and moves east of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So there is a variety of weather conditions to be had across the state now. We will slowly see that heavy band that is lined up through Hartford all the way down to the shoreline rotate through eastern Connecticut as you enjoy a break in the action across southwestern Connecticut, but you could still have some flurries through the course of the afternoon. I think the real intense band that we've been tracking since 4 this morning will be around on our radar screen in Connecticut through at least 1 o'clock this afternoon, especially that 395 corridor. You'll be last to see it end, and then the on and off stuff continues. All right, let me switch it up, and I want to show you the other radar view here. Okay, we did this earlier this morning. If you've been watching our live coverage, we were able to filter out some of the lighter snow to show you where it's really intense right now. And I like to do that with the radar. So those of you under this band, we're not forgetting about you. It is coming down incredibly heavy. If you leave the Norwich area on Route 2, all the way up through Gilman, Colchester, right into Glastonbury, blinding snow. Let's take you south here, though. Route 9, getting some of that blinding snow. Higganum, Haddam, Moodus, and even Salem right now, down through Quaker Hill. The northern stretch of this is around the Fords. That's Hartford, East Hartford, West Hartford, Manchester as well, Vernon, Tolland. And this goes right into the airport zone now for Windsor Locks. I would anticipate big problems there over the next hour to 2 hours as this band seems to kind of be slowing down again. This is the same one that was along western Connecticut earlier this morning. All right, let me filter the radar back to show you some of the lighter snows because I don't want to forget about you in the western part of our state as well. We still have some decent snow coming down right in through here where there is 20 to 27 inches on the ground. New Milford, Bridgewater, and now this is filling back in around Bethel, Trumbull. You get the picture here, on and off flakes around New Haven, Wallingford, Yalesville, up through Bristol. And by the way, Bristol, I had a report from your area, 20 inches on the ground. So eastern Connecticut, you'll likely have this heavy belt of snow coming through, probably through 1 o'clock this afternoon. So that's a good, 3 hours now around the 395 corridor from Thompson down to Dayville, even through the Plainfield exits right into Norwich. So be prepared for that. Okay, let me get you the forecast graphic here because I think we pretty much nailed this one with big totals. Still looking for the isolated possibility of 30 inches. From a town or community, especially I'm thinking up around Stafford now, down into the hills, north of Colchester, around East Hampton, there could be some 30-inch totals in that part of the state. Let's look for this to slowly wind down through the afternoon, but the bigger deal is going to be the wind Hey, let's get you set up outside live with Dr. Mel. We've been talking all week about this storm. Dr. Mel, incredible totals. Again, the highest I could find so far officially, Newtown at 27 inches, and we still have that heavy band in the eastern part of the state.
I know, it's still more snow, but you know what? I saw the sun. Yes, the sun was dimly visible about 40 minutes ago right here at the beach. And, it clouded over again, but we had sunshine for a little while. Here's a statistic for you. For the season so far, counting what we had and what occurred, New Canaan, Connecticut has had 45.1 inches of snow so far. How do you like that? And, you think southwestern Connecticut, you should stop at 20 or 25 inches. It's up into the 40s. We can stop right now, I guess. We've had plenty of snow. And you know who's happy? Because things have lightened up a little bit here at the beach? Our friends, the birds, out in the water. And we can see them out here. And they're swimming around, and they're starting to sing, and they're happy, and I think everybody is happy that this storm is finally beginning to break up. And, we've all had enough snow for the season, but getting over 40 inches of snow near the shoreline is really something unusual. That's twice as much as normal for an entire season.
Wow.
Gil?
Actually, we'll take it, Dr. Mel.
Mel.
Thank you. 10:06 now. We started this by showing you that mess on the highway, and it's still there, Teresa, huh?
The good news is that it seems to be improving a little bit. You can see that cars are starting to move here in Fairfield by exit 19. However, we are still jam-packed with those residual delays here in the Westport area. So, again, the highway is open. They're trying to get cars through, but no one is moving anywhere quickly. A couple problems out there to let you know about. I-84 eastbound at exit 60. It was closed because of a tractor trailer. The highway was closed, but that has since reopened. The tractor trailer was towed away. Route 2 eastbound in Colchester, all lanes are closed because of a tractor trailer accident there. In Brookfield, Route 133 remains closed because of a serious accident there. So, again, look at the conditions here in East Hartford. This is where that tractor trailer was. It is completely different than the situation in Fairfield. The snow is coming down, almost whiteout conditions here by exit 59. And then we're in Old Saybrook, where we're looking at still a rough go out there. We're getting reports of more than 500 accidents, according to Lieutenant Vance there. So, again, don't go out if you don't need to. Also, 91 northbound at exit 29, we have a tractor trailer that is blocking at least one lane there. Wherever you go, you're going to run into these minor fender benders, but hopefully you won't be involved in them. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you informed throughout the morning. You can check the traffic cams for yourself. Just log on to WTNH.com. Chris and Kristen, over to you.
All right, thank you, Teresa. 10:08 now on this very snowy Wednesday morning. We have been telling you the state's plows are out there, plus private contractors. There's some 600-plus plows on the roads, but still, those roads are tough to navigate.
Our team coverage continues now with News 8's Kent Pierce, who's live in the Mobile Weather Lab. Kent.
And, guys, we wanted to take you on some secondary roads. So right now we're on Route 145 in Westbrook, kind of between Route 1 and I-95. Very light snow, if anything, falling right now. It's just a winter wonderland. It's a very pretty-looking scene here along the shoreline right now. And if you just saw, boy, I don't know if you could see it, there was a plow, I think probably a town plow that just went through this intersection, fishtailing like crazy. Even he's having trouble out here in this weather. We got a plow right there. Most of the vehicles we're seeing on the roads right now have plows on them, and that's because that's basically the only kind of vehicle that's going to get through without any trouble on a day like today. We're going to be on the highway in just a second here so you can see how the on-ramps are faring. That's been a very tricky part all morning long. We have seen a lot of trouble with vehicles getting stuck on on-ramps because the plows hadn't been able to catch up and do those ramps. But as you can see right here, as we make the turn onto the ramp to 95 southbound, this on-ramp has been plowed. So your plows are starting to catch up. Now that the snowfall is tapering off, at least in this part of the state, the plows can catch up and actually get clear on the ramps as well as the highways. As you can see, 95 here, not too bad, all things considered. You can see little bits of blacktop peeking through there, and you can do I don't know if you want to do 65, but you can do better than the 25 that we were doing for most of the morning driving around. So things are definitely improving here along the shoreline as we pass into the town of Clinton. Live in the Mobile Weather Lab, I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.
Thank you very much, Kent and George and everybody else who has been out there working very hard on the elements today.
Particularly those plow operators who are out there, state police who are responding to all of the calls. We will stay here, keep you updated throughout the morning here on the forecast on what exactly is happening with the weather. In the meantime, we're going to return you now to regular programming, which I believe is Rachel Ray at this hour here on News 8.